Hello, YouTubers. I'm Angela Logan, bringing you everyday shenanigans. Hope you all are well on this Thursday evening, October 17th, 2019. This is a somber story, and I'm going to give you an update on a story I brought you a few weeks ago in Alabama. Oh, mercy. Another Alabama story. Alabama seems to be a very popular place for missing and dead children. Yeah, I'm saying it. I'm on one right now. I'm feeling some type of way about Alabama. And frankly, I'm kind of glad I'm not from there. And I ain't lost nothing in Alabama. I'm going to be truthful with you. But yes, I'm coming with you with an update. If you all remember back at the end of September, two 11-month-old twins were left in a back seat of a car. They were left back there by their father, who forgot that they were back there. Well, I got an update this week that the police department has done their investigation. The coroner has ruled the death of one of the children, the boy twin, as accidental. They said they investigated. Both parents did a background check, and found them to be the father, rather. Ruled the death of the twin boy an accident. The girl twin survived. They were 11 months old. He went to work one morning at the Sunny King Honda in Oxford, Alabama, which is 60 miles east of Birmingham. Ooh, mercy. Good old Birmingham. Don't make me go there. Okay. The father discovered the children before noon. The police was called to the scene of a dealership where he is a worker there at the dealership. That is his place of employment. And naturally, they took both of the bodies of the children out of there to the hospital where the boy twin died. The girl twin survived. And no comment has been given by the dealership, which I find very interesting. Also leads one to wonder if he still has a job there. But we're not going to go there. But just for statistical purposes, let you all know that 43 children have died this year of 2019 in car and heat related deaths. Children who were left unattended in cars, 43 have passed away this year. As you see, you can divide the numbers up. We're almost coming out of 2019. It is a tragedy to leave a child in a car. I do find it baffling that someone would forget about their own child. I had a woman jump on this channel a month or so ago, basically trying to tell me who he was as a person, that she knew him. Well, you know, I really don't care about that. Because you see, if you knew him well enough, you would have known he wouldn't have left those kids in there. And let me tell you what was said in the update that I got this week about this investigation that has stalled at the moment, but can be picked up by the DA's office at any given time. But at the moment, the police has done their investigation. So right now, the father is free and clear to walk and roam the earth. Okay. The daycare called the mother on that morning to ask if the children were coming in. So it is alleged that it was early morning when the daycare called the mother. The mother then called the husband to inquire about the children. And that is when, I guess, they both had a revelation that the children were in the back seat of the car. But let me put this bug in your ear. Because if you all continue to watch Big Ange, you will learn something about me. Always listen to the details. Don't think about what you heard. Listen to the details. The daycare called her early that morning to inquire about the children. But yet the children were found at almost noon. Now you do the math. 8-something o'clock you get to work, between 8:30. The kids weren't discovered until noon, but yet the daycare called the mother early in the morning to inquire about where her kids were. And at some point you had to realize, okay, oops, I didn't take the kids to the daycare. Oops, they're still in the hot car. Do you all see where I'm going with this? So what did you do? You continue to sit at your desk? Because if the call came in to her early in the morning about the children showing up to the daycare, and she alleged that she called you when it was still early in the morning to inquire about the children, then how is it that the kids were discovered at almost noon on that day? And yet these same detectives at this Oxford, Alabama police department concluded that you were not liable and you were not at fault for leaving those kids there. But yet you had to have had knowledge when your wife called to inquire about the children, and yet you still had to have sat at your desk or whatever you do at this dealership and let your kids bake back in the back seat of that car. And I'm going to say it again, and I don't care who jump on here and say whatsoever. He is liable as the day long. And now that I know that a call came into the mother about the child, and then she in turn called him to ask about the children, and they still sat there in that back seat until almost noon. Come on now. Now I know morning stops at 11:59 a.m. But the consensus is, to me, or I'll say my consensus is, if the people say they called early, which naturally they would, why wouldn't they? Then you got that call early, wifey. And then you had to naturally call your husband. Hey, what's up? Where the kids? They said the kids aren't there. They're not coming. And they're calling to ask if they're coming. And then the kids aren't discovered until almost noon. So don't y'all tell me he ain't liable. And then I just found out there's been another case of some twins dying in a car up in New York. And I don't even remember hearing about that story, you know? So I'm trying to figure out what's going on with you people leaving your kids in the car. And I'm very pissed off with this case as well, that now you get an update this week that, hey, he's not being investigated. We've closed the case, but the district attorney can reopen it and file charges if they see fit. Well, they should have seen fit when they investigated and found the timeline that he sat there for hours and let them kids sit there and bake. And then some of you nut jobs want to get jiggy and tell me about who he is and what he's about. Well, once again, I'm going to say this like I'm saying in this case of this missing child, Miss Cupcake. I don't want to hear nothing about nobody, mom and daddy, what they did, who they are. You known them for 20 years. Yeah. You can't speak on nothing with 2 feet. Let me make that clear. You folks need to stop talking about that's my friend, that's my homeboy, that's my girlfriend, baby daddy, baby mama, first wife, ex-wife, new wife, old wife, fiance, high school sweetheart, neighbor, friend. I don't want to hear none of that. You're responsible for these kids. You brought them here. You take care of them every day. You feed them, you bathe them, you clothe them. And you're going to sit here and tell me you put your kids in your car every day to go to your job and the daycare. Naturally, you drop kids off at school and daycare first, and you done forgot you had 2. Okay, forgetting 1 is one thing. How the hell you forgetting 2 kids? Now, y'all come on with all this. Okay, I'm sick of this. Alabama, I don't know what you got in the water down there, but y'all on some rank stuff down there. Okay? It's rank. And yes, I know the crimes committed every day, but I'm venting on Alabama today. Tomorrow might be California. Don't worry about it. I'm keeping it 100. What is going on with you people and these kids? Dropping off kids in this place, forgetting about your children, then they get kidnapped. Now this one, leaving them in the back seat, 2 of them, 2 beautiful twins, 11-month-old. The boy dies, the girl survives. Grace of God that the girl survived. You can't imagine what it would be like to sit in a hot car with the windows rolled up. That's how I look at it. Envision yourself. Right now, wherever you live and it's warm, go sit out in your car, roll the windows up, just sit there. See if you can make it there for 3 hours, 3.5 hours. Then call us back and tell us how it worked out. Now imagine you're 11-month-old and you can't jump up and tell nobody you hot and you can't breathe. Come on with this, America. Y'all got to stop upholding these grown folks in their foul and wayward ways. Forget all this nonsense about that's your friend. I work with him. He would never, she would never. You can't say what somebody would never do and then they've done it. But that's my update. I'm not going to dwell on this long because I've already gotten a headache talking about Miss Camille McKinney, a.k.a. Cupcake, out of Birmingham, Alabama. I think you all know I'm taking it personal. And I take anything personal when it's pertaining to children because they don't ask to be here. They don't ask to come here. We as individuals make a sound choice to have children and bring them here. And if you're not going to do right by your children, then you need to make provisions to get them to somebody else's care. Okay? I'm keeping it 100. Because some of you are doing some shoddy ass jobs as parents. And you have dropped the ball. And you do not deserve to be a parent because you don't care. You can say you don't care enough. Some will say you don't care at all. But nobody's going to feed me no bull about leaving no 2 babies in the back seat of a car for a couple of hours and tell me you forgot. Okay? There's no way you can hop out of a car and turn your butt around to shut the door and you're going to tell me you don't see 2 kids sitting in the back seat. Come on with that. Just admit you just tired of being a parent. You didn't want to be bothered. Same thing with somebody leaving their kids somewhere at a alleged birthday party. Guess they didn't want to be bothered either. You people got to do better than this. And the rest of you got to quit upholding them and making excuses for them. Because you see, when you make excuses for a dog, you just like them. You ain't no different. Got to do better. Got to do better. Because the world will not change and the world will not thrive and it will not be a prosperous world if we continue to do heinous things and think we can keep walking the earth and getting away with it. And that's my take on that. I'll be back. Thanks for listening. Thanks for sharing. I love you. I love you, YouTube. Thank you for my fans, my true fans. Thanks for the support. I'll be back with another video. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.